all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome to part 2 of episode 5 of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2. In the previous episode, we began the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway, and in this episode, we're going to complete said railway, as we need to get some stone delivered to the construction site. As you can see, our ship is carrying the stone across the lake to a train bound for the site. And we also need to figure out why many of this advertising thing isn't working properly. Guess I'll have to add a couple more stations, and then basically sell the horse-drawn carts on rating on this, and then.
What a disgrace! In reality, the Association of Sable Breeders turned out to be a group of subversive subjects who are conspiring to overthrow the Tsar. You must prevent the meetings at all costs.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Well then, seems like we got some people who want to overthrow the Tsar. That's not going to happen on our watch. First of all, we got to get those horse-drawn carts back in service. Now, to find these buildings is quite interesting, because this building in particular, House of the Sable Breeder, doesn't actually have any ground section. So this is a building that needs to be destroyed. That's one, that's number 2, and in Industrial District number 3.
What a relief. The subversive forces have been arrested. The danger is averted, the monarchy saved.
Indeed. So now the monarchy is saved, but what about the railway system, though?
It's done. The railroad project that has just been completed has safeguarded Russia's influence in Eastern Asia. Japan takes a very dim view of it. It has declared war on the Tsarist Empire and promptly attacked. The point now is to act as fast as possible. Ensure that the supplies of materiel for waging war get to the Eastern Front.
And that's what we're going to do. We'll operate a special train from there to here. Full load, 10 minutes. And to make it a lot faster for our train to reach its destination, we're going to basically put the track out of the engine house towards the station. We'll get an OB class and several of these box wagons and put them to work. Now, thing is, however, sometimes these trains will actually head to their first station, basically the last station on their route before heading back to the first one. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened on several occasions. Now, even though our train is quite long, because due to the munition storage basically outputting war material like crazy, it shouldn't be much of a problem. Now, one of the coolest things I like is on how these box wagons or any box car actually opens their doors when they're loading cargo at stations, and they close when the train's departing. And the only time they open up again is when the train stops at another station to drop off its cargo, or to pick up another load of cargo bound for another destination. I kinda like that little tiny touch. Now sometimes you can have boxcars arrive at destinations and basically not have their doors open, like the doors are basically invisible, so to speak. Either way, once these crates of war munitions are loaded, our train will set off towards its destination on the newly completed Trans-Siberian Railway. In the meantime, our trains carrying coal and iron ore will still continue to operate, as, one, they're making quite a steady profit, as we can basically see right here. Train line 1 and line 2 are making quite a good profit, although the arrival into the station is sometimes hindered. Speaking of which, all the equipment on the line, these two lines, need to fully be replaced. We're gonna have the OB class again, this time with the newly designed gondola. so well, but I mean, it's not gonna bother anyone. Oh, crumbs, I forgot. The longer trains mean a longer track overextend on the platform, so not to worry, I can easily replace that by just making it like this. There we go. That should basically fix that problem. And our train has made its way around the lake, and it's now increasing its speed towards its destination. Now, funny thing is, most of these commodities, like silver, war material, coffee beans, and sugarcane, are available in the base free game. But once we get to the free games after we complete the campaign, those will basically be added for more realism and for more entrepreneuric possibilities, basically. Continuing alongside the lake with the iron ore mine in the distance, passing over the switch that leads to the stone quarry, and then entering the tunnel towards our destination here. And once the munitions are unloaded, then we should be able to fight the Japanese fair and square. Hopefully. Here it comes, pulling on track 1 and unloading. And this train made over 2 million credits. That's actually pretty darn good. Although our company finances are not doing that great, while we were able to carefully spend all the money we need to keep the company from going into the red. Now, the earnings are not that great because, according to these statements, we basically lost a lot in the railroad operations. Well, that's because we haven't earned any, or haven't basically started making a profit in that year yet. Now, just a few more crates of munitions delivered to the Russian army, and I believe that will basically do it for this map. Because after this, we have only one more mission left before the end of Era 1.
Despite your active commitment, the war has sadly been lost. There were times when the good Tsar was more popular too. But at least the Russian Empire is still left with the most impressive railroad line in the world.
Indeed. As we all knew in history, the Tsar actually lost against the war with Japan, and basically would eventually lead to the Russian Revolution. Now then, let's head back to the main menu and see what our final campaign mission of Era 1 is.
It's the dawning of the 20th century. The major powers of Europe are in the process of divvying up the last fragments of the world map among themselves. At long last, the German Empire wants a place where it can bask in the limelight too. It sees its chance along the Bosporus, where temperamental Sultan Abdul Hamid II rules over a vast territory. Time for the Germans to secure the biggest infrastructure project in all of Asia Minor.
Which will be in episode 6. So,
Mankind is constantly.
if you enjoyed this episode on my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries, and be sure to keep an eye out for a new video uploaded every Friday and Saturday. Well, currently Friday and Saturday because of how long these missions in Transport Fever 2 are. And I also want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!